Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the FireStorm podcast. On today's episode, you're going to learn a whole lot about us because we're going to go over what grinds our gears the most, our biggest pet peeves.
Yes, things that truly bother us to our core, or just things that slightly irritate us and feel like they should be talked about. Because,
yes.
Looking at our Google Docs, currently at the moment, I have a whole heap written down. Because
I got nothing.
You've literally got one thing, which I wrote down for you.
Thank you.
But, this was an idea that I came up with because there's a lot of things just in general in everyday life that just randomly tick me off. Because I'm very particular in the way I like things, and certain things just really get to me, even if they're not a big deal. But yeah, I don't know. I think it will be good to talk about, because not only will you get the chance to learn a bit more about us, but you can tell us all about your pet peeves in the comments below. And
we're going to be hashtag relatable. We want you to listen to this and be like, hey, I feel the same way. Hashtag relatable.
Yes.
And then we want you to tweet at us and say, wow, that was hashtag relatable. And if you don't say that, we're going to block you.
And you don't need to add
exactly
context.
That.
We just need like 20 people to say, hey, that was hashtag relatable. And
you don't have to say what was relatable.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't have to say what was relatable. Just tweet at us at FireStorm Pod, wow, that was hashtag relatable. And if you tweet any other wording than that, blocked immediately. Okay? Cool. All right. Do you want to go first, Trent? You have a lot more than I do.
Sure, why not? Okay, so a real gripe of a pet peeve. Something I really dislike, just because to me it's lazy, it just bothers me a bit. Songs that end on loops. Now, an example of this is like there's a few Skillet songs that do it, and that's where I really started to pick up on the fact that heaps of songs just end on loops, like Looking for Angels. It just ends on the same chorus looping over and over again, and it fades down. I really dislike when it does that. I like songs that actually have like a conclusion and a final riff or something, instead of just looping a chorus over and over again. Like, I don't know, it just annoys me. I like it when things actually have an ending apart from just a loop. It just bothers me.
And musically, things should end with like some kind of chord, or like depending on the context of the song, like it needs a conclusion. It's just lame. Like, I agree. I don't like the when it like just fades out on a loop. I'm sure like I could fucking, I don't know, like fucking living on a prayer or something like that does it.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know why that popped in my head. My coworkers and I have been singing that a lot in the middle of just nothing for no reason. But yeah. They play Bon Jovi on the fucking on their Bluetooth speakers, and I'm just like, fuck yes, I love Bon Jovi.
I remember when I worked in a cheese factory and we played songs over the radio, I was doing a job with one particular guy who didn't like Bon Jovi, and everyone else loved
Unacceptable.
I know. And everyone else loved Bon Jovi, so they would always play Bon Jovi just to annoy the one guy. So I remember when we're fucking tossing cheese around, we're like, whoa, living on a prayer, and it just piss it off my mate. It was so good. But,
nice.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a pet peeve I have, just songs that end on loops. That's why I like it when they actually have a conclusive ending. Like, it just, I don't know, it just works better infinitely, almost all the time. Like, I can't...
Yes.
I don't recall a single song that ends on a loop that I thought, that was a good ending for the song.
Because it does need that, like, if it has a nice conclusion, then it's like, you just end the song thinking, whoa, that was really good. But if it just, like, keeps repeating itself and fades out, it's like, okay, that was a song.
Yeah. Nah, just
Okay, random
it bothers
tangent.
me.
What's your favorite Bon Jovi song?
Fuck. Living on a Prayer does come to mind, like, as the obvious one.
Yeah.
But hold on, I got one of his albums. What the fuck?
Oh, mine is "You Give Love a Bad Name." Whoa, what a good song.
That is a pretty good banger.
That's so good. I love that song. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. You give love a bad name. Wow, now, wow, now,
Let me just check out my iTunes for a moment.
wow, now. Okay. A random tangent has nothing to do with our pet peeves, but I like Bon Jovi.
Yeah, no, fair enough. If you want to hear more of us singing terribly, then check out the previous episode where we do that on an incredible basis. It's My Life is a fucking...
Oh, nice. Good shout.
Bad Medicine. Fuck.
It's My Life is good.
I do like Bad Medicine. That one's good as well. Shit. I don't know. Like, essentially, I'm just familiar with the greatest hits.
Oh, yeah, same.
Essentially,
but I like them. They're all good.
Yeah, no, they're all pretty good.
God. Bon Jovi, dude. So good.
What a guy.
What a guy, Bon Jovi.
Anyway.
He's so good.
Anyway, that's my first one done.
Mine...
Have a
do you want to go one more? Because mine's a big rant.
Oh, right. Okay, keeping on the theme of music, popular songs and advertisements, like like things that have no need to be there. Like when a popular song, like say for example, when like Toyota or a company is just trying to sell a car, and then like, okay, what's the biggest pop song going at the minute? We'll throw that in an ad and make everyone
Billie
pay
Eilish.
attention. It fucking, that ad for like, I think it's salsa or something. I don't know. It's like it's a Toyota or it's some sort of car brand. They literally have Bad Guy playing, but it's not the chorus. It's just like one random bit that's in Bad Guy, like for 5 seconds, and then at the end the chick goes duh, and I'm like, I hate you so much. Like,
That was so stupid.
it is the most pathetic use of a mainstream song, and it just pisses me off in general hearing this, because you hear the same shit on the radio all the time, and then you whack on the TV or even YouTube ads, and then it's just like, now here's more Billie Eilish, because fuck you and your eardrums. So yeah,
We love edgy shit.
just the not even that, it's just the overuse of mainstream songs. Like, as soon as something gets big, let's throw it in all the ads, let's put it in all the TV shows, let's fucking like push it to the moon, even though it's already popular as shit. It just really irritates me. I just don't like it.
Understandable.
What is the car brand? I'm trying to think of it. I'm sure if I
can't
just
tell you.
I'm gonna play a random YouTube video, see if it comes up, because it's bound to.
This is random, but also like another random tangent. It's just for fun. But when I went to my D&D session last night, my friends were like, "Yeah, this is the first time a Hulu ad has worked on us," and I have Hulu because it's part of the Spotify student discount. It just comes free with it. So Hulu has ads, which is annoying. I don't like advertisements, and then interrupting my shit, which is why I really like Crunchyroll, because I use Hulu mostly to watch like anime and other random shit. But I like Crunchyroll because there's no ads. And the commercial was Post Malone in just a fucking gas station, and he was like fumbling around, like he had no clue what he was doing, and it was like a Doritos. Was it Doritos? It was like a spicy lime flavor. It was so weird, but my friends got it, and they had it at their apartment when we went to play D&D, and we all tried it, and it was like so weird. It was like, it's like this weird, I don't even know what it's, but literally it's like the spicy hot Doritos with like a hint of lime. I'm just like, what the fuck did I just eat? I was like, Post Malone did this? Post Malone made us get this? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, that was just totally random, but I don't know. It was, for some reason you said advertising popular songs, and I just thought of the Post Malone ad. I don't remember if any of his songs were actually in the ad, but it was weird. It was a weird ad. But Post Malone seems like a really cool guy. I want to be his friend.
For some reason, I'm having a weird string of luck, and I'm not getting a single ad whenever I play videos. What is happening here?
Nice.
I just want to see that annoying Telstra ad. Whenever you don't want to see it, I mean, whenever you do want to see it, you can't see it. It's like, fuck you.
Yep. That's accurate.
Alright, well, fine. I guess I will never find it again. But,
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
I want to try to think of, like, something that's less fucking, that makes me less angry than what I would be about to talk about, because this shit makes me very pissed. And if you watch the random ass episode, it was episode 10, I talked about this. I guess since I'm already on it, I'll just talk about it, and he'll give me more time to think of other shit. But anyway, just generally, I don't know about other politics, but American politics really makes me angry as a whole. And I love the fact that it's politics, especially American, as a concept, is supposed to be like this form of debate where everyone like kind of states what they think would be best for the country and kind of debates it in a respectful manner. That's what it was back in the olden days with the Boston fucking Tea Party, and they chucked shit in the harbor. Those were the days. But now, because of, I don't know if this is because of these social media, I think it's been like that since before social media, but social media certainly enabled this kind of behavior. It's just, politics has not become what's best for the country, it's become what's best for me. And not only is that selfish and narrow-minded, it's also just stupid and really annoying, especially because it enables people, like social media enables people to put whatever they want online for everyone to see. And now I totally respect the idea of like speaking your mind and speaking what you believe in. That's the First Amendment. I totally understand that, and I respect the hell out of you. Like, you've more testicles than I do. But it's not like both sides are totally guilty of firing shots at the other side, unsolicited shots for no reason, for existing. And it's just, and even like the third parties and shit, it's just annoying. And most of my friends are liberal, as you might guess. We're very young. Like the thing is, a lot of people are advocating for Bernie Sanders to win the election. I am heavily against that. Bernie Sanders will, probably die in office because he's like 86. But okay. Just kidding. I think Bernie Sanders is awesome. Like, okay, I hate socialism, but Bernie Sanders, he is a meme, and I love him for it. It's
he's a cool dude, but you wouldn't want him leading the country.
Oh no, fuck no. Socialism is a terrible idea for this country and would absolutely get us nowhere. Thing is, most people my age support socialism because they want their college for free. Higher education is an investment that you have to make in your future, and you have to understand that. Like, you're gonna have to pay for that. And once you get past college, almost no one supports socialism. So it's a terrible idea. It would limit creativity, it would limit technological advancements, it would just get a bunch of kids their college for free. Supporting socialism in this day and age is narrow-minded, short-sighted, and just generally not very smart. Socialism is a terrible idea for this country. It may work for other countries, but for America, not so much. But Bernie Sanders, he genuinely seems like a really cool guy. Like, the way he responds, like, online to things like Donald Trump, like, even, because when Donald Trump takes a shot at him, he has the right to fire back.
Yeah.
And he does so in, like, such a great way. It's fantastic. So I like just watching Bernie Sanders debate with people is just really cool, even though I don't necessarily agree with his political views at all. In fact, like, I just heavily they're just bad. But I don't know. I just like watching him talk. It's just cool. And that's kind of how I feel about Donald Trump as well. Like, I don't agree with his political standpoint in any way, but I respect the hell out of him as a businessman because what he did with the 2016 election was rig it in his favor, regardless of Russia's involvement. He literally did everything exactly right to get himself into office, and it worked.
Yeah,
so
we mentioned that in the random episode, that he, even like without any outside involvement, literally because of how loudmouth he was and how much attention he brought it himself, all everyone knew was Donald Trump. Like, even if they hated him,
he rigged that election in his favor, and it just completely worked. So even if I don't agree with him as like his, he's very anti like the whole, anti like the transgender, all this other crap. Like, he's very anti, freedom of sexuality and, how choosing, being able to identify yourself as whoever you want. I don't agree with that, and I don't agree with a lot of his, like, just the way he speaks out on Twitter. It just makes him kind of look like an idiot, and he might be one, but at the same time, he knows what the hell he's doing. Oh, he's an idiot.
He is an idiot.
But he knows what the hell he's doing when it comes to business and just politics in general.
He plays up the TV drama really well. He comes from, like, he himself is just a perfect magnet for controversy, and he can turn anything into a television drama. But unfortunately, he brought the television drama to American politics. And now whenever you look at the TV, it's less a political debate and more a drama show. It's like watching The Big Brother, and you're like, oh, who's going to whip their dick out next? And it's always Donald Trump. And
it always is, every single time. And even with 2012's election, that was when it really started to look more like a drama. And I don't know if that's because Mitt Romney is being Mitt Romney, but
probably.
Yeah. That was kind of was like when people were like, yeah, American politics is almost more like a fucking reality TV show than it is a political debate. And that's why Donald Trump was just able to pull it out of the bag. Like, he just spoke stupid shit and it worked. Like, that's how you get, like, attract attention to yourself. That's how you get attention. And, well, maybe not necessarily the right way, but in a way that is effective. And so and then, but just generally, like, there aren't a whole lot of people that seem competent in American politics. A lot of people like to just, and this includes like both sides, they just ignore whatever like information that's presented to them. They're too stubborn to change their minds about what they have already been set to believe, like what they already think they believe. They are too stubborn to change their minds from that. And a lot of it, I think, comes from just being, a lot of them are very old, and when you're old, when you're old like that, I can imagine that you're very set in your ways, and new information from younger people is, you kind of throw it out the wayside because you don't really believe it. But that's true for both sides. It's just annoying to watch. And I don't watch politics, and literally whenever anyone on my timeline tweets political shit, unless it's election time and they're like encouraging people to vote in the election, then I understand. But if they, like, anyone tweets political shit, muted immediately. Like, I just do not want to see it on my timeline. It's annoying as hell, and it's not interesting to me. I have no investment in politics, like, whatsoever. It's just an absolute joke to me at this point. And because I want to work in either in entertainment industry or in, like, data science industry, neither of those are particularly affected by any, like neither of those industries matter, depending on which side gets elected. Unless it's socialism, then we have a problem. But it's, but yeah, like, neither of those industries, it doesn't matter, especially entertainment. It doesn't matter, like, who gets elected. Like, the industries won't really be affected. Like, I'll have a lot of options regardless of who, like, gets elected president. So I don't have a whole lot to really offer. But the thing is, it's like, I just don't want to see it. Like, just in general, I just don't like to see it on Twitter. I don't like to see it on Instagram, all this other crap. And I spoke earlier about people taking shots at people unsolicited. I think a lot of my friends are guilty of this as well. It's like, Donald Trump says something, and they quote tweet it, and they're like, wow, you're a fucking moron. or something like that. Just they don't really justify it or anything, and it doesn't necessarily need justification, but it's more just like taking shots at a guy just because you don't agree with him. And I think people need to separate the beliefs from the person. And I think if you're American, the left, I think, is very guilty of this. I don't have as much experience with conservatives because I just not as many of them are online. But it's like the left, the liberals are just very much like they're advocating for equality for everyone and rights for everyone regardless of gender, sexuality, all this other crap. And that's awesome. Like, I think all humans should have rights regardless of how you identify yourself, what your sexuality is. I don't care. Like, go for it. You're a human being. You have rights. That's like, it's as simple as that. But then all of a sudden, someone doesn't agree with them, and some of the more severe ones will wish death, or at least like imply that they should, like the person who doesn't agree with them should just die or something like that. And like, weren't you just saying that everyone should be equal and treated everyone as valid? Like, didn't you just say that? And now all of a sudden you're just wishing on like death on some guy just because he doesn't agree with you. I don't condone that. Like, that's not. It's just stupid, and it makes you look like a fucking hypocrite. So I don't know. It really bothers me when people like just someone disagrees with them, and even if it's respectful or not, if you like just say like, oh, you don't agree with me, I fucking hate you, like you're just the worst person or whatever, etc. Even if it's not that harsh, it's like, yeah, not only do you look like a hypocrite, but you also look like just a dick. And even if it's Donald Trump saying something stupid, like, you have the right to respectfully say, hey, like, even if Donald Trump will never see your tweet, you can always be like, hey, I don't think this is how you should look at this, or I think that your perspective may be flawed, etc., etc. Like, respectfully disagreeing is different than being like, hey, Donald Trump, you're fucking stupid. It should be down to more respectful debate. It shouldn't be like separating the people from their beliefs. And I admit I have trouble doing this but I still get along great with one of my friends from very early on, from like 5th grade. So when I was like 11, so we've been friends for almost 10 years, and he's a very heavy Bernie supporter, and I don't like Bernie. I don't like his political beliefs. I think his beliefs would just end our entire, like, not in 4 years, but like, I don't think his political views would get us in the right direction. But I still get along great with him. He and I are like, we talk all the time. It's handy dandy. It's great. So even though he supports someone who I just very much disagree with, there's always that respectful, like, hey, we've been friends for a long time. I still really like you as a person. You know, we can always just be friends. Like, that's how it should be. But people are just so this ignorant and narrow-minded online. It's really annoying. But yeah, and another thing and I saw this on Twitter recently, it's people. I don't mind people using their platform, like famous people using their platform to like advocate for something they believe in. That's fine. I don't know. It's just the way you go about it is telling, because, and this is, I'm going to name names. I'm going to name a name here, which is the one I saw most recently. And you know who I'm talking about, regardless if you know the name or not. His name's Sean Chiplock. He seems like a nice guy. Really cool guy. He hosted the SGDQ, Kizaron's SGDQ run of Pokemon Crystal, which is one of my favorite speedruns I've ever seen. It's just an absolute ball, and he seems like an absolutely fantastic guy. Like, just a ball of fun to hang out with, and just charismatic as hell. He posted a tweet recently. Oh, by the way, he's the dub voice actor for Subaru. Oh. Yes. So he posted a tweet, I think it was either yesterday or the other day, about something about his healthcare bill. And while I am someone who does agree that it is wrong to make healthcare unavailable to the poor, because I think everyone should have that available. It's not fair for people who can't afford healthcare to not have it available to them, because you can't control, like, if you get in a car accident, like, you can't control stuff like that. Everyone should have that available.
Yeah.
But he posted something about his healthcare bill and how it's like, oh, free healthcare for everyone cannot come soon enough. And I'm just like, so you're complaining about the way it is now by showing us a picture of your doctor's bill, like, just to advocate for, hey, free healthcare is cool. Like, that's great, but, like, you're going to use your platform, to complain about what you have now, and then he posted a reply to that tweet saying, oh, but I don't want to hear people say, oh, you only had to pay 1/10 of the bill because of your insurance. And, like, so I get, one thing is using your platform to complain. I don't like that. If you use you have a bunch of following, you have every right to complain about things, but just you under the impression that you have a bunch of followers, tens of thousands of followers, and you post a picture of your doctor's bill or like some kind of hospital bill. It's like, man, I wish I got this for free. It's like, okay, that's nice. And I'm like, it's one thing to do that, but I think you could very easily respectfully be like, even if there's no context, you could be like, hey, I think, everyone should have access to healthcare regardless of social status or monetary income, etc. Like, I feel like that's more complaining than it is advocating. And I don't like when people use their platform to just complain about shit. Like, you can complain, like, it's one thing to complain like, oh, my computer fucking shut down randomly. God damn it, this is so annoying. It's one thing to post that tweet, because I do that all the fucking time. But it's another thing to post something that is, like, potentially controversial, even though it really shouldn't be, because it's free healthcare. Like, should just make sense to people. But the complaining bothers me, and it uses that complaining to be like, hey, this is why I believe what I believe is right. And even if what you believe is different from what I believe, here's why you're wrong. And I'm going to use my complaint to validate I'm going to use this picture and all this other crap to validate my complaint and tell everyone else why you're wrong. Like, it just didn't seem like something he should have done, and it didn't come off as very kind to me. It seemed more like he was taking a shot at people who believe otherwise, as opposed to just being, like, advocating for what you believe in. And it was just a bit weird to me. It was off.
See, I disagree slightly in the sense that I feel like with social media, because it's literally fucking everywhere, everyone's on it, I feel like you should have the ability to say what you want, especially if you feel like you've got a point to make. Like, even with politics. But if, anyone can say whatever they want, and yeah, like, even though some people might, like, if you make a point about politics and, like, something like posting that picture and saying why, like, we should have free healthcare, like, he may have come across it, right? The way he may have talked about it may have seemed inappropriate or not right. But if...
Seemed uncalled for.
Yeah, but if you say something like that and then someone comments or responds with, hey, this is why this should be a thing, and brings up evidence, the person whoever makes a post should be willing to take on the consequences of this controversy. Like, instead of posting something like, Donald Trump sucks ass, don't at me. People are going to at you, motherfucker. People are going to respond because you have made a controversial opinion, and unless you have facts to back it up, then they're going to respond to you, because that's just the nature of social media nowadays.
And it's just more of a complaint about the nature of social media, because that's really what it is. I don't like... Social media is a cool thing where you can share your life and all this other crap. It's more like, in that case, I don't think social media should be used for just negative things in general. I don't usually like to post negative things, just because I think social media should be a place where you go to, maybe not like just to like make yourself happy, but just to see something that that will make you smile, I guess. Somewhere that you can go and be like, hey, this is a cool thing that I have seen, or like, hey, maybe I want to check out this content, or maybe I want to see a funny tweet from someone. I was like, it shouldn't be somewhere where I'm just go on and see everyone complaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, see, that I agree with. Like, post whatever you want, but limit the negativity, especially, like, if your entire life is a negative shit show, then see a therapist. Don't go posting about it every day.
No one wants to see that on social media.
If you have it, no. If you have a point to make about something that you feel strongly about, then go ahead. But don't make that in your entire social media life.
It's more about the way, it's part of it's the way you say it. It's like, it seemed like it's absolutely fair. Like, and I totally understand speaking out about something like free healthcare, because it absolutely should be a thing that we have in this country, even though we don't have it at the moment. It's because it's one of those things that we just can't afford. The government can't afford it right now. And so if you're a conservative, then you probably want to not spend money on that and just have healthcare private, which means you would have to pay for it separately with, insurance and all this other crap. But
whoever says privatization will solve the world's problems are fucking full of shit.
Yes,
privating everything, making everything corporate will not fix the issues that the world and many countries have.
We do need free healthcare. It's like public healthcare. It needs to be a thing. Absolutely.
I think the way Australia's healthcare system is set up with Medicare, although it is flawed in certain areas, it is still massively 100 times better than several other countries. And Medicare, the way we have it set up, is very beneficial to us.
Yeah.
So it is unfortunate that, with America's system, it is unfortunate seeing that.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people that are beneath the poverty line and just who can't afford that health insurance, and it is unfortunate. It's just one of those things. When it comes to social media, if you advocate for something that you believe in that strongly, cool. I totally respect you for that, especially because it's something so simple as, hey, everyone should have healthcare. Everyone should have access to that kind of beneficial thing that could save their life at some point. If in worst case scenario, if their life was in danger, they should have access to that without having to pay outrageous amounts of money for it. And I completely agree with that. It's just the way I feel like it should be taken in a more respectful direction, as opposed to just proclaiming, here's what I believe, here's why it's right. With no context. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just think it should be a little bit more just generally contained and said in a more respectful way. And I know a lot of people just don't respect Donald Trump. That's fine. You do you. But it's just I can't wait to get him out of office, all this other crap. And I'm pretty sure he's a socialist too. So I still follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But a lot of things based around politics. You're right. Unfortunately, nowadays, a lot of the old timers that are out of date with the way society is nowadays, they're the ones running the country and running several countries, and they're the ones that are honestly
and they're a few decades behind.
I know. See, literally, I brought up a quote here from a federal member, someone who's trying to have a seat in one of the towns or something like that. I'm gonna fucking call them out. See, motherfuckers. This leads into another one of my points. Because you kind of mentioned them in your rant. Fact deniers, people who, when they're supplied with facts from credible sources, just completely ignore them and be like, nah. Fuck those sources. I believe what I believe. It's just okay, who told you that information? Oh, the fucking Channel 9. It's just the most mainstream corporate motherfucking shit. They believe that over actual facts, and fucking, it's it pisses me off. Fact deniers, people who, because this brings in the whole debate of climate change, which I'll go over very briefly. But going back to bullshit governments, literally, another point that I wanted to make was people who can't just accept others. Like, you're right, we're all human fucking beings. It doesn't matter what color you are.
I don't care
what
if you
gender
identify
you
as
are.
an Apache attack
Exactly.
helicopter. Like, do your
Exactly.
fucking thing.
Literally,
Not my business.
Dude, I don't know when certain countries allowed like gay people to get married, but like even now, today, we still see the most basic form of homophobia in general day, when gays have been around, like people have been coming out as gay
Long
for
ass
ages,
time.
and like the whole suppressive nature of being homosexual has been buried. But yeah, speaking of one of the coalition governments, like someone who's running for a federal seat, Michael McCormack, said, "A week never goes by
like a loser.
I know. A week never goes by anymore that homosexuals and their sordid behavior don't become further entrenched in society. Unfortunately, gays are here, and if the disease and their unnatural acts helped spread doesn't wipe out humanity, they're here to stay." What a cunt.
Excuse me?
He thinks that homosexuality is going to wipe out humanity, and if they're not, then they're literally
I think
a disease.
he's just clinically insane, is what he is. Because he thinks that sexuality is going to wipe out humanity. We
homosexuality.
got a problem. Listen, right. When it comes to human beings and their rights, I am a straight white man. And I accept anyone for who they are. I don't care if you identify as a plant. I don't care if you identify as they/them. I don't give a shit. You are a human being. Do what you want. It's not my business what you identify what you believe in. I don't fucking care. You're a human being. I'm gonna treat you like one.
Your personal,
All right?
literally, everyone is a human being, and everyone deserves the same rights and the same amount of care. Like, honestly, unless you attempt to stab me in the throat, I don't give a fuck what you do or what you wish to be. I will respect you. Just
Exactly.
don't try to stab me, please. And like,
I like my throat.
me too. But like, it's just like, why can't? Because people still. Why do people still hate black people? Like, why do people?
What's the point?
I don't get it.
What? I don't get
Like,
it either.
why
It's just
see-
they're human beings. It's
like,
that simple.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't matter what. Like, everyone said this. It doesn't matter what color skin you are. It doesn't matter what you identify as. It like
I have a dream.
as long as you like, because not everyone is. Because of the way society has been raised from, like, for the past hundreds of thousands of years, if I go up to someone and say, hey, like, and like, my first impression is, you look like a guy, you look like a girl, or say he or she, and if you say, oh, actually, sorry, I identify as this. Okay, great. I will try
that's cool.
to remember to refer to you as such.
I will gender you as such.
Yeah, and like
I will call you whatever you tell me to call you.
Yes,
I will
exactly.
call you that.
And forgive me if I get it wrong on occasion. I just need to get into the habit of remembering you wish to be identified as this. Forgive me if I do get it wrong on occasion. I will try my best to correct that. But like, it's just like, why? Because nowadays, people, like, especially with the way society is with technology and all that, people are learning so much and they're gaining so much information and so many ideas. Like, anyone from a young age can, like, think, I don't want to be a guy, or I don't want to be a girl. It's just like, and that's completely fine. You got to find out who you are.
Do what you want.
And then you still see people in government that are denying two guys to get married, even though you look across the street and there's a bunch of transgenders and a bunch of, like, everyone else. It's just like, what about them? Like, if you're gonna deny basic humans, like, basic rights, then what the fuck is everyone else gonna think? Like, why are you gonna just be like, it's so out of date and so unnecessary nowadays. Just be a decent human being and respect others. If they try to start a fight or fucking stab you in the throat, then maybe call them a fuckface. But in general, just be respectful. It's not that fucking...
It's literally, it's that simple. Look, as I've stated, I'm a straight white man. If some guy started fucking another guy in the ass, I would probably be uncomfortable. But you know what I would do? I would leave, and I would respect their choices.
Privacy.
And give them their privacy, because, you know, I don't have a fucking problem with that. Because you know why? It's not my fucking business. Alright? I'm gonna do me, and they're gonna do them. It's not... They're literally doing each other. They are doing each other right fucking now. And it is that simple. Like, I will respect whatever they want to do. Just, I mean, I would just make sure they don't do it around me. Just find somewhere private, please. I would, there's no shame in being like, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable by that. You know, if like two guys started fucking right in front of me, I'm just like, I don't quite feel this. You know what I'm saying? I think
the only slight thing I dislike is that random people will come up to me and be like, hey, like if I know them, they'll be like, hey, are you sure you're not gay? And I'll be like, I am very much certain.
I like titties.
And then they say, why aren't you gay? And I say, well, tits are the shit, first of all.
I like titties.
And second of all, if I'm respecting you for being whatever you want to be, respect me for saying I'm a straight white guy.
Look, I flirted with gay guys before, alright?
Yeah.
I have no shame.
Regardless, people like have literally tried to convince me, are you sure you're straight? And I'm like, bitch, yes.
I am so confident in my sexuality that I have flirted with gay guys. Like, I am so confident. Okay?
Yeah.
It's definitely... No, it's like, I'm definitely straight. There's absolutely no... Like, I can't... even if I wanted to be gay, I don't think I could, because I just like women too much. But it's like... It's one... Like, you just gotta be open-minded and accepting of other people. Like...
Yeah.
How hard is that? It's really not that hard. Like, two of my best friends in high school were both gay. And it's just, like, and they're awesome. Like, they're great. And they totally, like, they understand that I'm straight. I understand they're gay. And you know what? If I say, like, whoa, she's hot, they can't relate. But they totally respect me for what I like, how I am. Like, if I see a hot girl and I say, whoa, she's hot, and they're like, oh, okay, I'll take your word for it.
I have a few homosexual friends before, and they have literally like said, dude, like they've been talking to each other. They said like, dude, that guy's hot, and then they asked me,
oh,
what
yeah,
do you
I get that too.
Then they asked me like, what do you think of him? It's just like, oh, he's got fucking muscles. Go for him if you want. And then it's just like,
one of the things about being confident. One of the things about being confident in your sexuality is you have to be able to admit when other guys are hot.
Oh,
even
yeah.
if you don't want, even if you're not sexually attracted to them, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
you know who's hot? Tom Holland, hot man.
Very good
He is
looking
attractive. Dude. He's very attractive. And would I fuck him? No. But would I? But is he attractive, man? Absolutely, 100%. So, you just that's what you just gotta. It's literally that simple. Like, I don't know why older people just can't accept.
Because, as you said before, they're just stuck in their ways, and that unfortunately leads to misogyny in a growing society that they're not up to date with.
Cool.
But as long as you don't try to convince me I'm otherwise, because I'm comfortably straight, I won't try to convince you that you're not transgender, alright? I'm comfortable with myself, and I'm comfortable with whatever you decide to be.
Dude, if you try to convince me that I'm gay, I would just tell you, like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's...
Dude.
No.
Do you have
You're
tits?
Fucking wrong.
No? Get out of here.
Yeah, fucking leave this place.
But, yeah. Anyway, that did, like, your rant did kind of lead into my other, like, some of my other points. Fact deniers, like, people that are brought with evidence that just clearly ignore it for no reason, and just, like, yeah, motherfuckers that can't accept other motherfuckers, because it's just be an accepting motherfucker.
Also, I just want to, like, get this out there in case it wasn't already clear. Sean, you voiced Subaru, and that's incredible, and I love you, okay? I just want you to know that, because if there's one thing I've learned by following you on Twitter, is that you see some of the things that I would never expect you to actually see. So if for some fucking reason you end up here at this video, I just want you to know that I fucking love you, okay? I wouldn't fuck you, but I love you. All right? Like, I'm still comfortably straight, but goddamn, you're such a cool guy, and I want to, like, I'll kiss you on the hand or something. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, just wanted to make that clear before we went on.
Absolutely fair. Now, I think that is the most political and serious we're going to get with this video, but we still have, well, I still have a bit to cover.
Yes, I'm going to try to think of some.
I'll try and not make it last too long, but just a very simple one. A very simple one.
I last 20 seconds.
When you got to get out to tea, but your dick's hard now. Come on, we'll make it quick.
Fuck.
But anyway, very simple one. People that don't use indicators while driving. Come on. Put your fucking blinker on, dumbass. Use blinkers, and if you don't know how to use blinkers, don't drive.
How would you drive and not use blinkers? Like, how did you... That is fucking stupid.
There's so many people in Australia that just forget to use blinkers.
No one does it in America
sometimes
either. I do it, though.
A lot of people blame, like, people that who live internationally and they visit Australia and drive vehicles. Apparently, like, certain road rules are different, and certain things they do differently without knowing that it's different in Australia. That's fair, but honestly, aren't using your indicators like a universal thing? Doesn't every single vehicle in the world have indicators? Come on. And seatbelts.
If not, you can always reach out the window and do the hand signals.
Exactly. Now, use your blinkers.
To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. I don't even know what the hand signals are. I'll be honest.
Another simple one. People, like, in YouTube comments that don't contribute anything to the conversation. Like, people who just say first. Or, for example, something I had on my video recently. Someone that literally commented on a 1-hour video.
Was that one of our videos?
Most likely. Like, excuse... What the fuck are you trying to say? And why did you feel it necessary to type HMMMMM enter? What the fuck does that contribute to anything discussed in the 1.5 hour podcast? I don't know. Why?
He's a little lacking in intelligence, but don't tell him I said that.
Oh, if he's actually watched the episode, then and he actually watches us.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Maybe you should comment again.
Okay, if you do it again, then please add context as to why you're actually commenting because it's comments. You're commenting on a subject, but going is useless and annoying. And like people that say first, why do they feel the need to do that? I don't get it.
I'm gonna claim my spot first.
And then, I don't know, it's just little stupid petty shit like that. Grinds my gears. Even though politics, that doesn't just grind our gears, it fucking kicks our skulls in.
Makes me want to fucking die.
Yeah, but now we're back to the little petty shit that grinds our gears.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to think of some, because I'm sure there are some.
Do you have any others at the moment? Because I just breezed through two.
No, I do not have. I'm trying to think right
now. Here's another one. Grown-ass adults who cry over childish shit. Now, I'm not referring to adults that cry in general, because, you know, we're all human beings, we have emotions and stuff like that. But, like, I've seen it in a few movies, and then I've seen it in real life. Like, people, grown-ass adults, that will cry over the stupidest childish shit, like not getting the right ice cream or something very pathetic, and they're not the people that are intellectually disabled in any way. They're literally grown-ass adults with normal functioning brains that don't have any limitations to them, and they're wearing a suit, going to work, get one scoop of ice cream instead of two, a tear rolls down their cheek. Fuck you, grow the fuck up. Like, and like, I paid for that. Then even then, like, this doesn't really breach it, but like sometimes when like when adults or like something like that or watch an ending of a TV show and they get all emotional, sometimes I get that because storytelling is a powerful thing and it affects people in different ways. But like, I've seen people cry over the stupidest stuff after watching the end of an anime, and then like reacting like the world's gonna end just from someone in a show saying a few things that doesn't. I don't know. Like, sometimes I think people overreact to certain things a bit too hard. Like, I remember I watched the like, I love I'm gonna talk more about it later. I love Ruby. Ruby is like one of my most favorite shows, and I've watched reactions of spoilers. Actually, no, I don't want to spoil anything because I want you to watch it, Gus. But like, say for example, a returning character, I've seen people lose their shit and start crying over their return, which I think, in a way, okay, fair enough. But to me, it's just like, I get excited that they're returning, but it's like, I'm not gonna shed a tear over it. Like,
yeah.
And same with character death. Like, same with character deaths. Sometimes I get it. Some, like, it affects everyone differently. But mostly in regards
it's very
to
much like much person to person.
Yeah, but mostly in regards to grown-ass adults crying over childish things, like little petty arguments or something like that. It's just grow the fuck up. Come on, just be an adult. Like, leave the crying over spilt milk to actual children.
Go spill your milk.
Yeah.
Go spill some milk.
Go spill some milk and cry over it. Fuck off. Anyway.
This is completely my own fault, but when I forget to save, that makes me angry.
Yeah. That's why, like, a lot of programs have implemented autosave, but when that shit doesn't work, or like autosaves like 10 minutes after, like, before it crashes, it doesn't save all the new shit. Fuck me.
That makes me want to die. Dude, imagine open up a project. You're halfway through a song. You finish the entire song. It crashes. Or you forget to save. Or you forget to save and it crashes. You gotta do that whole shit over again. Do you know how fucking angry I am every time? It's happened more times than I want to admit.
Filmora has done that to me a few times. Like, I'm in the middle of editing a video and then it'll crash, and then then I'll reload it, and then like almost all my progress is gone, and it's just like, fuck, why have you done this? And it's ridiculous. But yeah, no, fucking computers, technology, you're meant to be incredible, and you're a bitch. Fuck you.
Actually fucking terrible. Hold on, let me write this down. Stupid.
I forgot you wanted to talk about
I forgot to talk about this. Okay, here's some more. I got a couple other things that tick me off. All right, here we go. I like how we've just transitioned very flawlessly from my serious political rant to just fucking this stupid shit. Anyway, this is called Welcome to the FireStorm podcast. Yeah. Anyway, I fucking hate math, dude.
Fuck you, math. Fuck you, little
math.
bitch.
Listen, right? I'm a stat major. I'm a data science major. I do a lot of stats. I do some calculus. I do like math, but fucking chance, right? Chance things piss me off to no end. And I'm talking because I play Pokemon Masters pretty much every day, not very long, usually, just because there's like a daily reward for logging in. So I just get the reward and probably like scout us for a sync pair. But at any given time, they have a sync pair like scout, like special scout going on. And there's a special featured sync pair. In this case, right now, it's Professor Kukui and his Lycanroc. And there's a 2% chance to pull the featured sync pair. And in the past 3 or 4 days, I have pulled 2 5-stars, both of which I already have, which are 0.5 or 0.6% chance to pull each. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking kidding me? I can't even pull the 2%, but I can pull 2 different 0.6%? Like, Are you fucking kidding me? This is so stupid. I hate choosing like random programs that choose random numbers. That never fucking works. It's just doesn't do whatever I want it to. It does the wrong thing, and algorithms suck my penis. It's the worst. I just don't like math. It's just, how does this math check out? It doesn't. It doesn't work at all. But yet, here I am with no Professor Kukui to show for it. Okay, I'm so mad all the time. But I did get Leaf, so I can't really complain. But I didn't get Ethan either. But I got Leaf, and she's a cutie pie. But goddamn, I want Shirtless Man.
Can we?
Dude, if there's one,
there you go.
Oh, I was gonna say, if there's speaking of admitting guys are attractive, Professor Kukui, whoa. Dude, wearing his lab coat with no shirt underneath, what a fucking legend.
I grate my cheese on those abs. But as you were something you were saying, why don't we add fuck maths to our merch ideas?
Fuck math, I like that.
All right,
good idea.
Awesome.
I like that. Fuck math, I fucking hate math. God
now,
damn it.
I'll go for one, and you go for your other one afterwards.
Go ahead.
Apps that claim to be free and then give you then as soon as you open them, they're like, oh, you can use this app with a free trial or a yearly subscription or a monthly subscription.
No.
I'm like, I don't want to pay a monthly subscription for an iPhone app that allows me to turn a picture of myself into a cartoon. I'd rather pay $20 for the app in general to have that, and not pay a yearly subscription for a thing I might use once.
I'd rather pay $20 for an anime loot box.
Exactly. It's
if I'm
just
gonna pay $20 a month for something, I better get an anime girl figure out of it.
like so many apps so many social media apps I use nowadays. They're ads. They promote other apps, and all those apps have cool features and cool things to do. And then when you buy them, it's just like yearly subscription, monthly subscription, free trial, but put in your credit card details. Like, suck my dick. How about no? And yeah,
I need a credit card. Shit, I still need to. I'm 20 years old, don't have a credit card.
Same, dude.
One.
I don't need a credit card.
My parents want me to get a credit card. I feel like
How
I should get one.
How about you just make money and have a debit card instead of a credit card?
Yeah, but I can't do that. That's too much. That's asking too much. All right. But listen, dude, I was looking at eBay earlier, and I can get this really nice microphone that I've been wanting for $42 a month for 12 months with no interest. Like, sign me up. Yes, sir. But I have to apply for PayPal credit first. But I'm thinking about it. I literally am thinking about it, because I've been wanting to upgrade my mic for a long time. Because my mic's nice. Like, it's operational and it's functional and it records my voice in a very nice way. But it's like, when I feel like I need an upgrade. You know what I'm saying?
There is room for improvement.
Yes. So I want a Neumann, which is what a lot of the professionals use. But I don't want the really, okay, for some reason a lot of people use the TLM 103, the TLM 103 model, which is like, it looks exactly the same as the TLM 102, and I want the TLM 102 because it's like this, it has a black version and not just the weird fucking off-white, which it just looks disgusting. It has a black version and it's so slick. Anyway, I want that mic. I'm gonna get it at some point. PayPal credit card, here I come.
Other tangent complete, but there you go. Yeah, fuck apps that require yearly subscriptions. Anyway,
yes.
Move on to your next point.
This is a big one for me, and it's come up fairly recently.
Don't
it's
worry,
like
my next one is going to be huge as well. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, no. This won't take that long, but it's just a big one. It's just like this makes me very angry. So recently, I finished an anime called Gamers, and this is a great example of what I mean. That makes me very angry. It's fuck anime boys that are just too socially awkward to do fucking anything. Like, if I am in physical pain watching you interact with a female, what the fuck are you doing? Okay? Like, I get that's the point, right? A lot of the times when you see an awkward anime boy, that's the fucking point. He's working to get over his social awkwardness. But you know what? I don't want to fucking see that. It's not compelling. It makes makes my sides hurt just watching you fucking interact with this girl. Like, you're supposed to be the man in this relationship. When I think of a man and woman relationship, you have a strong man and you have a female who is also possibly strong, but is also mainly, they're dependent on each other. Okay, there's a mutual beneficial thing, mutual benefits there. And I'm not just talking about sex, I'm talking about other mutual benefits. And you have but primarily, you have the guy protecting the girl. That's the cute shit, okay? You have you protect girl at all costs. But when you are like too fucking shy to just be like, just speak your mind at all, or you're just too awkward in general to say things to women that are competent or make sense, it's just, why the fuck am I even wasting my time watching him? So this guy from Gamers is a great example, the main character. He ends up somehow getting the most popular girl in school to fall in love with him, and it doesn't make any sense, really. It just kind of happens. It's real. I'm very much inclined to believe that it's just really to give hope to the loner kids out there that they can get the really hot blonde chick to fall in love with them for no reason by just being themselves, but that's not true. Sorry, guys. It's really not true. It's just not gonna work. And it's just when I'm in pain watching social interactions, I don't want to hate myself while watching people talk with each other. I would much prefer the dialogue to be like humorous, or at least they have good chemistry. They bounce off each other well. Like when two characters just can't fucking hold a conversation because they're both too awkward, especially the guy. It's just stop being an ass for 2 seconds, bro. It's that simple. Anyway. It happens a lot because like you have these shy anime dudes and they just can't fucking do anything because they're lame and stupid, and I don't know. If you watch any isekai, there's like a 40% chance you're gonna find a guy like that, and it's really annoying. Even Kirito is kind of like that. The only time he isn't a socially awkward piece of shit is when he's yelling or having a sword fight.
I think even like with Kirito, I feel like that's an odd example. They try to set him up as the depressed emo, and that he's actually like someone that goes out of his way to help people. Like he's not, he legit is the opposite of what they try to portray him to be. To me at least, it just doesn't look right.
Random tangent part 87. Okay, right. Listen, if you watch SAO, and I've watched pretty much every episode of SAO. In any situation where Kirito's not talking about sword fighting, programming, escaping the game, helping someone, or all this other shit, if he's just in a random, everyday social situation, he is the most boring, mundane, meanest piece of crap I have ever seen. He's just absolutely the fucking worst. Imagine living with this guy. He's like the most boring fucking asshole I have ever seen, and he just doesn't even go out of his way to spend time with his girlfriend. And yet Asuna is like the most precious girl ever. She loves him so much regardless of the fact that he's an asshole. And like that is why I believe that regardless of how Asuna is presented, she is one of the best top tier waifus, because imagine if she had an actually good boyfriend, you know? If she likes this dude for being an asshole all the time, imagine if she had a good boyfriend who was also good at sword fighting and all this other crap, you know? Anyway, tangent aside, that's like, you gotta think about these things when you're, anyway, continue.
That's alright. Alright. Now, I'm going to get into something I'm very passionate about, and may even make my own video on in the future, but I might hold off on that.
Don't give everything away.
We'll see.
Yep.
Certain fandoms really intrigue me, and yet also piss me off. essentially the one
Indeed.
the one thing that really irritates me is fans thinking they know better than everyone that develops and creates a show. And what I mean specifically is the RWBY fandom. RWBY, despite being a terrific show, and despite something that's been close and dear to me, I haven't really been interactive with the fandom. But what I have seen has been nothing but trash for several reasons. For example, this can happen with any fandom, though. Any anime fandom or anything like that. Even calling RWBY anime pisses off people to no extent, because it wasn't made in Japan. Well, I'm calling it an anime because what else do you want me to call it? An American animation? Too long. I'm calling it anime. Deal with it.
Yep.
But people that literally, like, they're RWBY... This is going to be... I'm going to try and just string my sentences together. Okay. So, Monty the original creator and writer of RWBY, he wrote RWBY with, I think it was Miles Luna and someone else. Monty okay, hold on. Let me just search up writers for RWBY, because Monty wrote RWBY with two friends, and when he passed away, those two friends resumed writing it. So the writers for RWBY: Monty Miles Luna, and Kerry Shawcross. Now, those three all wrote it up to Volume 3 when Monty passed away, and Miles and Kerry have continued to write it. Monty, in like a Q&A, when being asked about RWBY and everything, because of how it was portrayed and how certain themes were going along, certain questions cropped up, and one of them was, will there be LGBT representation? And Monty outwardly said, these characters are still in high school, they're still growing. They may be LGBT and they just don't know it yet. They haven't discovered themselves yet. But there is definitely room for LGBT and other representation in RWBY. So he openly said, people might get into relationships with same sexes or something like that. It may happen. Mm-hmm. And then in some of the later volumes, they finally started showing some of these characters. This is after Monty passed away. And then, like there was a character, one of Blake's best friends, who it was heavily implied she once really liked Blake in a romantic way, because her line, I think, to quote was, I know about you and Adam, I saw the way you looked at him. And then she blushes and says, I wanted you to look at me that way. Very out there. And there has since been a heap more representation and stuff like that, and like people coming out. There's even a proper lesbian relationship happening right now. But then parts of the fandom say, this isn't what Monty wanted. Monty didn't want these two to be together. Monty didn't want this. Using a dead person's name in vain to say, this isn't what I want in the show, even though that same person you're referencing as saying didn't want this said, this could happen, this will happen. And then when everyone... Okay, one thing with RWBY, I don't know if this is prevalent with every anime, but there's that many characters and that many fleshed out characters that ships happen nearly all the time. Everyone ships characters together, which I don't mind, because as a fan of something, if you truly care about it, you're allowed to have your own, you're allowed to think about it in certain ways, and shipping characters, I don't see an issue with that. But when the ship is canonically disproven, everyone loses their shit. And it's ridiculous.
Yep.
And then, I will spoil this aspect slightly for you if you do go on a RWBY. One prime example of that is a ship that was between Blake and Sun. Sun guy, Blake girl. and everyone was shipping them, and during volume 4, Sun essentially helped Blake when she secluded herself and went back to her family, and helped essentially saying, dude, we're your friends, we're not gonna leave you behind when we need you and your other friends need you as well. Like, we're all friends here, we're gonna help each other. And Blake, like, that helps Blake break out of her shell and go back to Team Ruby. So everyone was just like, oh my god, Sun likes her, blah 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 blah. It's just like, yeah, okay, fine, that's your ship, whatever. Then in later volumes, when Sun, because he's a side character, goes back to where he's from and all that, and Blake actually, it's fucking obvious, they haven't kissed yet or anything, but it's heavily implied that Blake and Yang are now together. One of the first openly lesbian relationships. And because literally everything is literally pointing towards it. That they've blushed while talking, they've gone out and they've gone on dates essentially, and it's literally the most obvious ship. And then everyone else around them's just like, because there was even one point where a character like Ren was just like, oh, like, we shouldn't be like the friends like Blake and Yang. It's just like, and then Nora says, is that all they are? And it's just like, I don't know, two people hanging out together like that for a long time, you think something more would happen. Like, literally telling the fandom, they're together, motherfuckers, deal with it.
Yeah.
But then everyone says, this isn't the right ship, this shouldn't be canonical, this isn't what Monty wanted. Like, motherfuckers, first of all, everyone that says that this isn't what Monty wanted, Monty wrote the show with Miles and Kerry, who are still writing the show. If anyone knew what Monty wanted, the next best people would be Miles and Kerry. And if not them, Monty's brother, who took over voicing Lai Ren when Monty passed away, because Monty initially voiced him, Monty's own brother is still a part of it. If they were changing it that much from what Monty originally wanted, you'd think his brother or the other writers would say something. But no, they're going with his wishes. They have written a very good show. Now, admittedly, volumes 4 and 5 dipped in the animation department because of lack of budgeting, so fights were not as impressive, and certain bits of writing and certain plots had to be cut short. Fair enough, I understand the outrage over that. Things weren't conclusive, things were a bit crap. I get that. But when things get made obvious, when things get told, like, another prime example of this is the Volume 7 controversy between Crow and Clover. This is something else I'm going to spoil for you. Well, not spoil. Well, not entirely spoil, but yeah. Essentially, Crow, the cat...
I'm not going to remember.
Okay, fair enough. Crow, the character... He's an uncle. He's a flirty uncle. He just flirts with whoever he can. Talks about chicks, and he's a really cool dude. Though he's not misogynistic. He's a cool dude. And he's flirted with chicks on the show before. There was a hint, like some sort of hint, at him possibly being gay. His semblance. Because every character has a semblance, it's like their own ability of sorts. His semblance brings misfortune to everyone around him, which is bad luck for everyone, including enemies, but also including friends. And in Volume 7, he meets a bloke called Clover, whose semblance is good fortune, so it counteracts each other. And the two become work buddies. They're both huntsmen, and they work really well together. And he starts it's somewhat implied that Crow might like him. They're best buddies and all that. They're implied to be like best buddies, maybe more. And Clover, essentially, something happens and Clover and him have to split. And Crow does get emotional about it. but fuck it. Clover dies. All right, fuck it. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Clover dies as a result of something Crow does, and Crow gets upset about it, and everyone said, half the fandom went nuts saying, you finally gave Guy, like, MLM, Man Loves Man, or something like that. You finally gave some representation towards that, and you took it away straight away. How dare you, Ruby? And it's just like, guys, it was never outwardly said that these two were in a relationship. It may have been implied depending on what you thought. A lot of people thought they were best friends. Some people shipped them together as a couple. Fair enough. But they wrote the story. If you don't like their writing, fuck off and watch something else. See, this is why, like, even though I enjoy writing fan fiction and all that, I respect the original works for what it is. No matter what it is, no matter what show. But people just can't seem to grasp that this is the way Ruby is. This is the direction Ruby's going in. This is the story that they've written. No one can seem to comprehend that. And whenever it has shortcomings, they blame the team and they say, Monty would have done it better. Or they say all this other shit.
Okay,
well,
stop. Hold on.
Yes.
So, here's my thing, right? This is kind of another thing that kind of ticks me off. Why... So say for example, if that had been a guy-girl relationship, one of them dies, it's supposed to be emotional. It's supposed to be like one of these things where, like, you are emotionally invested in these characters. One of them dies. That's called storytelling. The thing is, the reaction should not have been different because it was a guy-guy relationship versus if it had been a guy-girl relationship. Because people are making that difference, they're just emphasizing further the difference that something is unusual or more rare in a guy-guy relationship versus a guy-girl relationship. I think it should just be normalized. All of it should be normalized. It should all be treated in the same way.
Yeah, See, even the show is attempting to treat it that way, because literally out of fucking nowhere, in one of the volumes, they travel to a different town to meet Jean, his sister, and his sister has a wife.
Yep.
And it's treated completely normally.
Yes.
And the fandom was like, oh, awesome. This is fantastic.
Yes, it should just be normalized. So, like, it's not an issue like, hey, you finally gave us a gay relationship and now you took it away. It should be more about, oh my gosh, the character dies. I'm so sad. Like, now this relationship is torn apart. Like, that's the writing. Yeah. That's called storytelling, okay? Like, it's not... You are feeling the emotions you're supposed to feel. You're not supposed to blame the team for that, you stupid idiots.
I know, but, like, everyone's getting so, frustrated over something that, like, is literally out of their control. And it's like, they can't change writing. Like, it's just like, why introduce him just to kill him? It's just like, because it's storytelling, bitch.
Yes.
These are the fundamentals of storytelling. And, like, it's just like, if you want gay representation, there's been gay representation. It's just like, oh, but no man with man representation. It's just like, give it time, motherfucker. It might happen. And like, then everyone's...
It's not like it's totally necessary for it to be a good story.
No!
Who cares? It's just not a relationship. That's how it is. It's
just the toxicity of it all. And then even, certain ships are, like... certain people that the fans are coupling together is so fucked up. And, like, I understand... certain people, like, care about certain things, like, and they think, oh, these two, they've been friends, they might be good together. Like, some of them, like, okay, here is something. I've just found it on this page here. They managed to do really, really inappropriate ships. Like, one of them's Oscar, who's literally a 14-year-old farm boy, and Crow, about a 40-something-year-old uncle. And it's just like, that is a bit odd, you know.
I'm scared.
And then Weiss and Winter, legitimate sisters, not stepsisters, legitimate sisters.
I've seen worse in anime.
I know, but like the way certain people are going about it, and then
I I agree.
And here's one thing. There was a song, like, because every season has a phenomenal soundtrack. The ship name of Yang and Blake, which is now essentially confirmed they're actually in a relationship. Their ship name is called Bumblebee because one of them has like black characteristics, Blake, and one of them has yellow characteristics, Yang. So they call it Bumblebee. They made a song titled Bumblebee, and it's like a really emotional, sweet song, and it is actually based on Blake and Yang's relationship. And what happened next was the drama around it, like, because everyone, several people in the fandom hated it, they sent death threats to the voice actors of Blake and Yang. Why?
God.
Why?
What do you hope to accomplish by doing that?
Why would you do this?
Genuinely, what do you hope to accomplish by threatening to kill voice actors? Like, it's just so stupid and petty and just fucking retarded. Okay, I'm not holding that one back. Like, people who send death threats over stupid fucking entertainment shit. It's like, what kind of fucking... How many brain cells do you have to have? How little brain cells do you have to like, genuinely be offended by someone else's story because it's not the way you wanted it?
It's honestly, because the way I view a lot of shows, a lot of games, a lot of anything, is that this is something that several people have gone out of their way to create. And there may be aspects about it you don't like. Fair enough. I respectfully dislike the animation design in volumes 1 to 3. It was choppy, it was slow, but then the fight scenes were phenomenal because it was built very well at those points. But several parts, like several scenes, are choppy and slow. And I still watch it. I still rewatch it because I like the show. And if I want to make something better, I'll go make something better, but I can't. And I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. Just because your couple didn't get together because you thought they worked better, then whatever, go write your fan fiction. Don't go hampering on the creators who know where this story's going, that they have built up and created. They are the ones forging this story. They don't have to please every single one of your fantasies because they have a story to tell, and if you don't like a part of it, then deal with it.
That is literally the point of fan fiction.
I know.
That is the literal point.
Don't send death threats to creators because you don't like something.
Instead of writing a death threat, go write a fan fiction.
And then, like,
that's way better.
There's one where, like, a character died under certain circumstances, which makes sense thematically. But then they literally go on Twitter and say, why did she die? Bring her back. And then make change.orgs for campaigns to try and revive dead characters. They're not going to retcon such a major event. Imagine being
that guy. A character dies and you put in a change.org petition to bring the dead character from a fictional world back. Good fucking job, idiot. You love to see it.
Yeah, no.
People online being fucking dumb. It's impressive, dude. I'm impressed every day by how dumb people are.
But it's just like, come on. I'm the RWBY. There's several other points to the RWBY fandom which are toxic, and it can be contributed to a lot of things. But because RWBY is very unique in the sense that it's purely an American animation. It's got a completely original story written by a completely original team of Rooster Teeth, and because of the way it's made, the programs they used to make it, they can pump a season out every year, and it's so accessible, and that's why people have just grown, and the writing is phenomenal. Like, certain parts have been retconned, yeah, certain parts were slow at points. Volumes 4 and 5 were slow at points. There were a lot of episodes of just walking, and fair enough. You can have, like, it's understandable to be critical of certain things, but at the end of the day, all you can do is continue to support something and hope it gets better, not threatening people's lives when your couple didn't get together.
It's all about, like, the perspective of, would I rather have this thing or not have this thing? Because those are your options. It's like, would I rather accept this show that I am supposed to like for the way that it is, even if I'm not sure I agree with it, or would I rather just have not had it at all? Because those theoretically are your options. Because you didn't make the show, you didn't write the show. Like, you can either watch it and have it, or not have it. You can pick and choose. Those are your two options. It's that simple.
And here's something else that's a bit old. Here's something else that's a bit old, like with the whole shipping thing. Because, like, certain characters have expressed, like, having a crush on a character or something, then a certain point of the fandom will take that as, okay, these two will be together forever and nothing will destroy that. And then it's revealed that now they just had a crush, but now things have happened and they've moved past it. It's just like, no, you said these two together. Like, no, suck a dick. Here's one thing, like, this guy comments, I've seen shippers who write and draw for straight couples getting attacked online simply because they choose to portray the girls as straight when in the show they've shown no hints at liking their own gender and yada yada yada. Like, some people will destroy anyone that draws Bumblebee fan art. Like, some people will destroy a character, like someone, for portraying a character as liking someone else. You can do that. I don't care. You can ship whoever you want. But when something's made canon, don't get angry at it because it's canon. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You can still ship whoever you want together, but just know in your mind, this is canon. You can't change that. Don't get angry about it. It's canon. Suck a dick.
Yeah. The only thing, the only fandom that I, like, kind of actively participate in, not really, just kind of observe from the sidelines, is the Pokemon anime, and it's pretty similar, actually. A lot of scarily similar, not scary similarities to what you've talked about there. It's like,
I can only imagine.
It's not I don't think it's as bad even, which is surprising to me, but because from the way you sound, it's definitely, like, there are some people who are very serious about this stuff, but that is rough. I don't think we've had death threats in our community yet, not that I know of anyway. Maybe there have been and I just missed it, but yeah, it's there's a lot of shipping things going on. People obviously at the like, there's just a lot of shipping things going on. It's a kids show, and which makes it even worse, yeah. I guess. But
they're all 10.
In the years since Serena kissed Ash, there's been a lot of widespread hate for Serena because apparently her only trait is that she likes Ash, which I very strongly disagree with.
Even from watching the movies, I can tell she's more than just someone that has a crush.
She's way more than just that. So people have just attacked her for that, and so people have destroyed a more shipping fan art, which I love. I think it's adorable. It's just so sad how people have just grown to despise something just because they are, like, blinded by, like, just this idea that it's not what they want, or it's something that is not, I don't know. I just don't understand, because I remember back when X and Y was airing, we were all totally on board with this whole Amore shipping thing. We were on the fucking train. Choo choo, motherfuckers. We were all there. Like, we were just like, oh my gosh, this is a really interesting thing that is going on. Like, we've never really seen this in Pokemon. Someone, like, one main character being in love with Ash, and she's, like, constantly there. And you don't even see, like, because I've been watching, like, I mentioned this before that we actually started recording. I've been watching, because it's on Hulu. And it's like, you don't even see it as often as you think when you remember, like, if you look, after you're done, you look back on X and Y like, man, there was a lot more of Serena, like, kind of showing she had a crush on Ash. But if you're actually watching it, it's actually not that often. And the only reason it seems that way is because it's way more than any other Pokemon series before it. And Man, I don't know why people have, I literally don't even know why there's so much hate for it now. And even like some of, people who really liked X and Y gave up on Sun and Moon because of the art style and the way Ash was presented. Because Ash is the same character in both series, but the way the series is presented is completely different. X and Y is basically a shonen, whereas Sun and Moon is essentially a slice of life. So they present Ash in two completely different manners. And people will attack from both sides, two opposite sides. Just attacking the way Ash is... Well, they'll attack X and Y Ash or Sun and Moon Ash when it's really the same character, and the only difference is the way the show is presented. So, yeah, it's just annoying, and it's unsolicited, and it's not respectful. It's just fucking stupid. Why even bother? And... yeah, the shipping debates go on there. It's ridiculous. The amount of females I've seen Ash shipped with is uncountable.
Yeah. I think...
if you want to see Ash fuck Cynthia in fanfiction, you can do that.
Just go to that's what fanfiction's for.
I might have read one.
Shit.
I can't even remember. I honestly can't even remember. I might have read a fanfiction of Ash fucking Cynthia, and I just can't remember. But it's entirely possible, because sometimes it'll just be like in the middle of the night, and I'll just like, it's Pokemon fanfiction time, and I'll just look something up, something fucking random. I think I read, like last week I ran a fan fiction about Ash fucking Arya, the Kalos Queen. That was pretty good.
Okay, that's not what I expected. That's not what I expected from this.
But you could dude, it's like, you could do anything. Like, if you wanted to see Ash fucking any female gym leader, you could probably do that. Candace, done. Winona, done. Whitney, done. Sabrina, 100%. Absolutely. Like,
it's out there, most likely.
Nessa, probably.
Oh, God.
Like, if you wanted to find it, you probably could. Just believe in yourself. Anyway, that's not where I wanted this to go, yeah, the anime, Pokemon anime fandom kind of sucks.
I think the point I'm trying to get to is that, like, it's people that write fanfiction, make fan art, and, like, ship couples together. Fucking good on yous. You're allowed to be passionate about something.
Do your thing.
You're allowed to be passionate about something, but when something is made canonical, when something happens and something's written into a show that you don't like because it's not what you wanted to happen,
that's selfish and stupid.
That's selfish, because you're not the one behind the desk. You're selfish, not the one writing the show.
Narrow-minded, and just fucking dumb.
You don't get to dictate what the creators, the people that are writing the fucking show that you love so much, because they made a decision to have a certain character die or to have a certain couple be together. Because it's not what you wanted, you don't get the right to send death threats. You get the right to say, hey, I don't think that works as well, but you know what? I'll keep watching because the rest of it's phenomenal. I don't like this aspect. Yep, fine, whatever. See, the one thing that no one had an argument against is that there's a couple of Lyren and Nora. Because literally from the first episode they were introduced, Nora was just attached to Ren the entire time. Except Ren, because he's a little bit of an introvert and is a little bit of like a guy just keeps to himself. He never expressed that he liked Nora until like volumes 4 or something like that. That was the one ship that everyone got with because it was there from day one. And it was obvious.
Nice.
But now that certain things have happened, now that Yang and Lake are, like, I'm going to say they're together because essentially they fucking are. Like, they just haven't kissed yet, essentially, to fucking put the nail in the coffin.
Only a matter of time.
But they are together. If you don't like that, alright, that's you. But don't send death threats about it. Don't say you would never watch the show again because a couple got together that you don't approve of. Fuck you. And if you think that LGBT is ruining RWBY, then suck a dick, because it's in society now. And if you don't approve of it, then you can fuck off to a different planet, because it's all around the world now. Be an inclusive motherfucker and allow writers and creators to do what they need to do. Because it's their story to tell, not yours.
I literally just don't even, like, the thing is, the differentiation of the male, female, and male relationships is what gets me. Like, I literally don't care if a show has all straight relationships or all gay relationships. I couldn't care less.
If it's a good show with good storytelling,
exactly.
who gives
if it's
a
a good
fuck?
show, it's a good show. That's how it is. Like, I don't give a shit what the fucking relationships are. Who's fucking who? I don't give a shit. I just want a fucking anime that is entertaining. Like, the more we differentiate those, the more we differentiate the gay relationships from the straight relationships, the more we're just, like, ostracizing those gay people and making them seem like they have something wrong with them or something's different.
Because, like, that even a YouTuber that I watch, that I love her reviews, actually, no. I'm going to say I believe they identify as they, so I love their reviews. I love the content they create on RWBY and other shows. But in one of their reactions when Clover got killed, they literally said, like, this is going to just make the gay fandom, like, the gay part of the fandom, extremely distraught, because they never made it obvious if they were friends or gay. Well, have you heard of the thing called show and not tell? Like, in storytelling, you never make anything obvious. Like, if it's a major plot point. If they're going to reveal later on that Crow did have feelings for Clover, phenomenal, great, you got what you wanted. But then everyone's getting pissed off because it ended before it even started, because Clover died. It's just like, well, of storytelling, it's a thing. There's a reason they did it. There is a reason. They didn't do it to fucking kick the gay community in the balls of vagina. No, they did it for storytelling reasons. There's a reason for everything. You're not the writer. Fuck off. I'm sick of it. Just enjoy the show for what it is. I don't give a fuck. That's why, like, I hate it when certain characters die. If you like them, it's like, it is sad. Yep, you enjoyed their character arc, but there's always a reason for everything, and the writers know what they're doing. So go write your own story if you don't want anyone to die, and if you want everyone to be happy. Fuck off.
Orgy!
That's what fanfics are for, just for massive orgies.
That's what I'm talking about.
Massive happy orgies. Anyway, I think we're done here, unless you got another topic.
Fuck no.
Yeah, we're done here. So yeah, the RWBY community can come and suck my hairy testicles.
They can suck my hairy testicles.
Thank you so much for watching.
If you need an extra set of hairy testicles, I can provide.
Cross-country testicle suck. Let's do it.
Hey, RWBY fandom in Australia can suck your dick, and in America they can come suck mine.
Yep, sounds good. They're mostly in America, so you're gonna get a lot of blowjobs. Anyway.
Epic.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please let us know on Twitter at FireStormPod.
Or leave a like. Do that too.
Please leave a like.
Please leave a like. We're deprived. We need that juicy social media interaction to continue thriving and living on this planet. And also, if you want to suggest... If you have any questions or... I'm off of it. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can send them to us via the comments down below or in our email inbox at firestormproductions2@gmail.com. No caps, number 2.
I was going to say, if you fucked that up, I was going to flip the table, and you nearly did. But, that's alright.
Well, that's okay, because it's not my table.
Yes, alright. You repaired the situation. It's fine. But, yeah, we got more episodes coming. We got a lot of stuff planned up until April, so
yeah,
we are looking good. We just need to find the time to record it. Like, this is fairly late, I'd say, recording this one, but I reckon we should be alright in the future.
We should be fine. It'll be fine. I'll have
Yeah.
it done by tomorrow, probably. I'm gonna crash after this because I'm off of it.
Sick. But, anyway, that's all. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.